Montgomery. WSFA 12 News reporter Morgan Young. And Morgan, what does all of this mean for the city?
Well, Val, if you were just driving downtown and didn't know what this is, this would really just look like a construction project that's probably adding more time to your commute. But Alabama Power says that this is one of the sites where crews have already started laying down pipes that are carrying the fibers to make that lab come to life. These fibers are traveling across Montgomery in a way that is allowed.
Impact, Rosanna, this is going to be a great event with a great atmosphere.
That is right, Sally, and I have to say, first off, there is not a bad seat in the house. Fans who come out will have 1,800 seats to choose from here, and even better than that, like you mentioned, they'll get to watch it on that 30-foot screen. And it's very unlikely that anyone has a 30-foot screen in their house. As you can see right now, that screen is already up and ready to go. Now, of course, this event is free, but they are encouraging people who come out to bring a canned good, and that will go to help the Montgomery area food bank. So it's really a win-win situation to help a great cause, and you get to watch this game. There will also be concessions. People can buy food, turkey legs, popcorn. We can actually smell the popcorn in here right now. And then another added bonus is this panel. They will have some local high school coaches who will be commentating, breaking down the X's and O's of this game. So fans will not want to miss it. Wear your gear, bring your pom-poms, and get ready to really enjoy some game-like experience. And the fact that you don't have to go to California to do it or watch it at home alone is just a really great situation for everyone. Sally?
It's officially been more than 3 hours that firefighters from Montgomery Fire and Rescue have been fighting this fire. I'm going to step aside so we can show you a different perspective than we've seen. Look straight through those wooden pallets, and you can see that multiple firefighters are using hoses, still fighting these flames. They've actually gone down quite a bit since the state that they were at 3 hours ago, which is hopeful news. But again, Lieutenant Cubs from Montgomery Fire and Rescue has said that a fire of this size with this much smoke does take a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort.
Montgomery police say vehicle break-ins have been a consistent issue. It only takes seconds for a person to spot the valuables in your car and do what they have to get in and get them.
Many of these things, Max says, were able to be fixed that day, like covering outlets and storing hand sanitizer the right way.
We know whenever snow makes an appearance, the most popular items are always milk and bread, but managers here say items for spaghetti and chili are also going fast.
Nelson Malden is a historian of such. He's lived in Montgomery for most of his life, and his life's work has been as a barber.
I guess the most historical person been in this barbershop was Martin Luther King.
He and 3 of his 6 brothers followed in his father's footsteps and became barbers. And in the 50s, a place like this was more than just a place to get a haircut.
Well, you know, the black barbershop was basically the black man country club. So we talk about something and everything,
including politics.
So I feel that the whole country has changed, but I think relationships have kind of might be getting a little setback.
Malden has witnessed history, from the Montgomery bus boycott to the election of the country's first black president.
I believe we have improved some for the racial relations.
Oh, it's overwhelming, the history of the place.
While the years have brought what he calls successes and setbacks, he remains optimistic about the country's future. Hot topics that are always the buzz at the barbershop. Valerie Lawson, WSFA 12 News.
A statue of her was dedicated today downtown. With that, a statue of Rosa Parks will forever mark the spot where she set in motion events that would reshape the country. A pivotal moment in history 64 years ago today, when one person's actions would affect millions in the generations to follow.
Many people were able to come to understand her hurt and the need for cultural change when they heard her story. It is only fitting that we should establish a monument to her in the birthplace of the civil rights movement.
4 granite markers were also dedicated in honor of the plaintiffs in the court case that desegregated the Montgomery bus system.
Aurelia Browder, Claudette Colvin, Susie McDonald, and Mary Louise Smith, for we know their roles were significant.
And here in the capital city of Alabama, which just elected its first black mayor, this memorial will stand as recognition of Montgomery's dark past and serve as a beacon for a new future that will be remembered for different reasons.
We're here to be reminded of the struggle so that future generations can be better and do better. No person ever stood so tall as did Rosa Parks when she sat down.
The banks of Lake Jordan on a mild winter day. A light breeze pushing the wind chimes. It's peaceful and quiet. But in the distance, you'll find Wayne Atchison working on his craft.
Art's like love. It ain't no good if you keep it to yourself.
Atchison grew up hunting turkeys. When he retired at his home in Titus, he wanted to make turkey calls different from all the rest.
But those old turkeys have been hunted a year or two and yelped at hundreds of times. They don't come to just anything. So the sound that I started searching for was...
Calling Wayne a patient perfectionist might be an understatement.
I probably made more than 100 and threw them away before I let anybody see one.
The ones he didn't like? Atchison goes all over the state in search of wood. He uses 16 different species of trees.
That's walnut. That's persimmon.
After he cuts his pattern, you won't see this wood for about a decade.
It goes up there, and it lives about 8 years.
They're lined up in the rafters of his studio, making sure as they slowly dry and age, they don't crack.
When I finish, it goes from this to this.
Making the right sound takes practice. I may have sent out a mating call to a group of cats with this. But Wayne has it down. With his striker and his call, it's an invitation for the turkeys to come on over, made from wood in some cases that could be more than a century old. With photojournalist Eric Knox, I'm Judd Davis in Titus, out along County Road 12.
One of the recipients of the grant, the King's Canvas. Local artist Kevin King is using social media for inspiration. He takes the comments of his Facebook Live audience to create art to inspire, encourage, and motivate others during this pandemic. Photojournalist Eric Knox shares his story, new at 6.
Once it was announced that everyone was quarantined and we were basically stuck in a house, I just used it as an opportunity for me not to only be creative, but to also engage the public.
Give them some ideas.
I thought what better way to do it than just do a 15, 20 to 30 minute drawing on the spot, observe someone and participate in creating something that speaks to what's currently going on in our world. And just to kind of see the outcome of it, I think it's kind of gratifying for not only me, but to the viewers. And I found out that a lot of them look forward to it. You know, they look forward to me going live. They look forward to giving their input. And that's an anticipation on wondering, okay, is he going to choose my idea? You do it, and you see people just light up, you know, when they make Facebook posts about it, sharing your live and sharing the final outcome of the image that I created. And so we're just doing it together, man. I'm just trying to inspire people during this time of just being quarantined and just being in the house.
A Montgomery business called More Than Tours has clients all across the country. The owner has been concerned, though, about her clients during this pandemic, specifically those living in hot spots. Now she's providing them with a little piece of art to help.
It felt really good. I could feel the love, and also just walking around, you get to stand out. And it's also New York City, so everybody's trying to stand out, so I had a leg up.
I saw a local woman that was making masks. And I asked her if she could make some coverings for me, and she did. And so I just wanted to paint them and send them out just as a little bit of, sharing some of the love and let people know that we were thinking of them in New York in some of these hot spots.
Well, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. And it was coming from a place of love and concern, and knowing who Michelle is and how she functions, I loved it right away.
So it's been a real blessing. I had a call from another gentleman. He said, I put mine on every day and I think of you all and think of my experience in Montgomery, Alabama every time I put my mask on. And so that's what we want. You know, we want people to remember us, number one, and to, well, number one, be safe. And then number two, just remember the experiences, and then hopefully they'll come back when this is over.
Art heals. I believe art heals. And this effort that Michelle has done to send us around to people is just a testament of love and support. And it's also, it's life-saving, you know, that's major.
Her organization, her business, known as More Than Tours, is part of the I Am More Than nonprofit.
But our photojournalist, Eric Knox, sat down with both the head coaches to preview the magnitude of this game, and it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Playing the MPS Classic is an outstanding opportunity. MPS and Mr. Dean has put together a great venue for us to come together and play. I think it's very exciting for the city to come out and see some great football teams play to kick off this season.
You know, we lost to them the last 3 years, and I know me and my team don't want to lose them again. So that's just more to the motivation standpoint of the game, you know.
So they're loaded over there. They're not the Lanier of the old. They're an outstanding football team. They're well coached. They're disciplined. So we're just going to have to come out and play elite football, play fundamental sound football to have an opportunity to be able to win this football game.
They're well coached. We know they got good talent as we got good talent, but that's a way for our guys to measure up whether or not they're ready for, you know, the season, or if they're ready to go to the next level for D1. Because anytime you go against a team like Lee, you know, you get a chance to kind of measure where you at as a unit.
Our total focus is Lanier High School. Again, outstanding football players, and we know it's going to be a tough task, but I think our kids are up to it, and I think you know, that game gives you momentum for the next one, but you have to let that game go because that game can't do anything for you next week, so we just have to prepare for this moment, this team, Lanier High School on South Court Street, and go out there and give our best effort.